What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis Podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis, and if you're new here, welcome. I talk about all kinds of movies, all kind of movie news. I do movie reviews, and I talk about topics. So if you like that kind of thing, this is the place you need to be. So I would really enjoy and appreciate it if you could subscribe and hit the like button on this video so it can get more people to watch it. So, the topic of this video is actually a movie review. I watched Ghostbusters Afterlife this weekend, and really the title of this video will tell you how I exactly feel about this movie. And I'm actually titling this video why Ghostbusters Afterlife is my favorite movie this year. Obviously, I haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, so, but I saw the movie, and it really was spectacular. I loved it. I loved it from the beginning to end. As obviously, it had some, slow moments, but everything considering how the movie was, I loved it. I really did. And if you really go into this movie from my point of view, I was kind of excited. The last Ghostbusters movie, I think it was, when was it? In 2016, I believe, when they were doing the all-female Ghostbusters. And to go into that movie really quickly, I really didn't have the problem of the all-female cast because they all have great comedy chops. I just think with the movie, they just didn't get that spirit of Ghostbusters. They really didn't get the, the feeling of everything. It just didn't feel like Ghostbusters to me. And I think that was the problem for me. It just didn't feel like Ghostbusters, and I think that's kind of, other things. I'm not talking about like the other things, like political things and all that about the movie, all the backlash. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna go into the movie. But for me, it just wasn't a good movie. I've only seen it once, so I think for me, if I only see a movie once, it's like that kind of shows how the movie is, in my opinion. But going back into Ghostbusters Afterlife, they brought back the old, and they got some new. And I wasn't sure how this was gonna go because I was burned on 2016, so I was I'll slowly give it time, I'll slowly see how the trailers are. Like, I'm not going to put my whole excitement into it, right? But, when I watched the trailers, I was like, oh, okay, I like the feel of this. I like the music, it's having that original kind of, it has that comedy and kind of, I wouldn't say horror kind of feel. I would say kind of a thriller and suspense. And I liked how they were teasing it. And even though, we all knew, the old cast was coming back, they didn't show it. They keep it on the new people. Kind of like how Spider-Man No Way Home is kind of doing right now. And, I kind of thought about that, after watching the movie. Like, wow, this is kind of like how they promoted Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Is kind of like the same thing they're doing with No Way Home. But back to the movie. So I liked how they were promoting. Like they're having all the feels, like everything that you need to feel. And I think going into, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Give me a great Ghostbusters movie. I'm not trying to, I don't need no nostalgia. just, give me the feel, give me the spirit, give me the tone of Ghostbusters. And for me, I think they accomplished that. Um, they did a terrific job, and I believe the director is the son of the person that did the original Ghostbusters. It's escaping my mind at the moment, but he did a tremendous job. Um, for me, everybody says it's a great nostalgia trip. I think for me, it has the perfect amount of nostalgia. It's not overboard. I thought Force Awakens nostalgia was kind of a little bit too much, but I understand why they had to do that, because you're kind of trying to get everyone back into Star Wars. So I understand why they did this, but I just think how they dealt with it in this movie is so much more better. Um, and I thought it was a really interesting thing that they focused um, on the granddaughter of the scientist. So I thought that was really really good. How they focused on her. And I thought the opening sequence of this movie and how it plays back into the original movie, I was like, wow, that's really good. I'm like, that really got me involved. I think probably after that, about 5 minutes, it got kind of slow. But it started getting its footing, started getting its everything with the whole new cast and everything. But I really believe when I was like, okay, this is the movie I'm gonna like. This is a movie I'm gonna watch multiple times. It's when it's all in the trailers. It's the car chase. When they're chasing a ghost. That's the moment in the movie for me when I was like, oh, okay, I like this movie. I'm gonna see this movie multiple times. And no question, it's like, okay, that's a really, really great scene that I'm glad they didn't show all of it in the trailer, and it's really good. Um, and like I said, obviously we know the old cast is coming back, and how they use that old cast um, is really good. Peter Venkman is Peter Venkman as always. Bill Murray hasn't lost a step as that character. Um, Dan Aykroyd was pretty cool to good to see him as in the Ghostbuster movie again. I don't think he was in the 2061. I don't remember, but but I think all the old Ghostbusters were really good, and the action, like I said, the car chase was really good. Towards the end, the big crescendo of who the villain is and who how they all wrapped that up. It's very connects very much to the original movie, so you have that clue. So I would say watch the original Ghostbusters before you watch this movie. I mean, you really don't have to, but it's really gonna enhance the experience so much more. And the person, I think it's whoever is the child actor who plays Phoebe. Great actress. Great performance. I thought she did great. She, this was her movie, and she really, lived up to what you needed to be. And I thought she just did a great job. She really did. The person that played Phoebe, really great. Really great performance by her. And I like the kid who played Podcasts. And call him Podcast because he has a podcast. Like this kind of podcast. Ironic, right? But yeah, he did a great job. Pretty much every single person in the new cast was great. I thought it was great. Paul Rudd, he's always good. I kind of liked him in this movie. He did good. Um, and and really, I think one of the things I took away from this is not old cast coming back, not the new cast being good. Uh, it reminded me of when I first watched Ghostbusters. That was the thing. That was the thing I loved the most. What it made me feel. And that's what a movie should do. It should make you feel good. It should give you a new experience. Even if you have a past experience from a movie like this should give you that same kind of experience, but more. You know, and so I think it really did a great job. Um, just really, giving us a true great Ghostbusters movie, which really I can't wait to see again. I just think is really good. And Rotten Tomatoes is like a 62%. I think it should be higher than that. Obviously, the audience rating is way higher, but for me, I thought it was great. So I think like ending comments is like I think the cast, the new and old cast was great. The cinematography was great. The directing was great. The score was obviously one of the most famous scores ever. Is Ghostbusters. Not too much nostalgia, but it was the perfect amount in my opinion. And so yeah, I thought it was great. Every aspect that I was looking for, it was great. It gave me what I wanted out of um out of a new talent of a Ghostbusters movie. Kind of paying respect to the old and really giving these new characters, and kind of enriching the Ghostbusters story. So I loved it. Um, Tone was great. He gave the spirit of the Ghostbusters. Um, I thought it was great. Um, so yeah, I loved it. Um, so I would have to give this I would give it an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10, that would be my rating of Ghostbusters Afterlife. So obviously you know how much I really, really enjoyed it. I really loved this movie, every aspect of it. So yeah, I would love to know what you think of Ghostbusters Afterlife. Are you excited for it? Does this review make you more excited? Or were you already excited? And what the things, you want to see in this movie? So, write in the comments. I would love to hear like I've said, if you already saw it, tell me what you think about the movie. So, yeah. So I want to thank you, all of you, for watching this video or even listening on my audio podcast. Make sure to check that out. You can find it out on all audio podcasts, Apple, Google, whatever, Spotify. And so yeah, make sure you take a listen. Make sure you rate the audio. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.